Hello my dear students, once again welcome back to my channel. How are you? Students, I hope you all are doing well and you all have prepared for your semester exams, isn't it? So students, let's begin with our today's video lesson. But before beginning with the video lesson, you have to do three things for me. You have to like the video, you have to subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss any new notification, and you have to share the video lessons with your friends and classmates. Alright, so let's get started. So students, in this module, we will begin with a new topic of grammar, that is direct and indirect speech. Students, I would like to inform you that direct and indirect speech is somewhere a different concept than active and passive voice. Okay, so you really need to understand the rules carefully in order to understand the difference in direct and indirect speech. Okay, so let's get started. So students, when we talk about direct and indirect speech, you might have heard the term narration. So I hope you must be having some idea that what is a narration. Yes? Basically, a narration is an act of reporting the words of speaker. And students, whenever we want to report the words of the speaker, that can be reported in two ways. So we have two ways of reporting the words of the speaker. First is direct speech and the another one is indirect speech. So let us understand that what is direct speech. See, direct speech means the actual words of the speaker are quoted as direct speech. It means original dialogue of the speaker. Whatever I have said, it is my original dialogue, right? That is direct speech. And what about indirect speech? Students, indirect speech means when actual words of the speaker are transformed, that is known as indirect speech. Whenever we are doing any changes, any modifications to the original dialogue of the speaker, that time it becomes indirect speech, right? Whenever you are transforming original dialogue by making some changes, okay? Students, you must understand that when we talk about direct speech, the exact words of the speaker are enclosed in inverted commas, right? So whenever the person is using any original dialogue, that has to be in inverted commas. For example, if I say, Mohit said, I am studying. So students, here you can see that after Mohit, there is a comma and the original dialogue starts from the inverted comma, right? So here Mohit said this particular part before the comma is known as reported verb, right? And the another part after the comma, that is from where the inverted commas are starting, that is known as reported speech. Okay, so there are two parts of this sentence in direct speech. Whenever you will see direct speech, it contains two parts. One is reported verb, that is before the comma, and after the comma, that is reported speech. Clear? Now how we change that into indirect speech? Let us see with the help of example. Now students, here comes the most important points, that whenever we have to change any direct speech into an indirect speech, it has to follow three steps. So the number one which we have is removal of inverted commas. So whenever we have to change direct speech into indirect speech, we have to remove the inverted commas, okay? And the second step is change of tense. Students, here you need to understand the rules for that, okay? So that I'll be explaining further. And number third is use of conjunction that. So whenever we are removing the comma, we have to add the conjunction that. So here I can change my direct speech. Mohit said, I am studying. So here Mohit is talking about himself, right? But when I have to change that into an indirect speech, I cannot use the dialogue as it is. I have to make some changes, isn't it? So I will be saying, Mohit said that he was studying. So here the present continuous tense will change into past continuous tense according to the rule, right? So students, you can even translate these sentences into Hindi so that you will understand the meaning. Mohit said, I am studying. He is talking about current time. I am studying. But when he has to say to somebody else, we have to change the tense. Now we are talking about indirect speech. Mohit said that he was studying, right? So we are changing the tense according to the rule. So students, now let us understand that how the rules changes, okay? So students, to understand the concept better, we really need to understand the rules that are associated to change the direct speech into an indirect speech. So let us see the rules that how we can exactly change the direct speech into indirect speech. So students, let us understand that how there is a change in pronouns and possessive adjectives while we are changing direct speech into an indirect speech. So the rule first says the first person pronouns that are I, we, me, us, mine, ours and possessive adjectives my, our change according to the subject of the reporting verb. So students, I hope you know the difference between reporting verb and reporting speech, right? So it changes according to the subject of reporting verb, right? The next one, the second person pronouns that is you, yours and possessive adjective your change according to the object of the reporting verb. So the second person pronoun changes according to the object of the reporting verb, right? Then third one, the third person pronouns he, she, it, they and third person possessive adjectives that are his, her, its and their don't change at all. So there are no changes in all of these. So students, apart from changing tense and pronoun, some adjectives showing the nearness of time and place are also to be changed in order to change a direct speech into an indirect speech. So let us see that. So if you have this and these, it will change into that, those, right? Then here will change into there, now will change into then. Hence will change into thence. Thus will change into so. Today, tonight will change into that day, that night. Yesterday will change into the day before or the previous day. We can use both of these. Then tomorrow will change into the next day or the following day. Last week will change into the week before or the previous week. Then last year can change into the year before or we can say the previous year. Ago will change into before. Next week or next year will change into the following week or the following year. Can will also be changed into could. Then will, shall will change into would. May will change into might in order to show the possibility, right? So students, you need to practice these rules by attaining certain sentences, okay? So students, now we have understood about the difference in direct and indirect speech. Let us see few examples to understand the difference in both of these, right? So let's see this example. So I have this direct speech. The girl said, I read in the morning. So students, can you see that here the girl said this particular part is known as reported verb, right? So the one which is separating them through comma and with inverted commas, this part is known as reported speech. So reported speech is I read in the morning. So this is my simple present tense, right? So how I can change this? Students, for changing the sentences from direct to indirect speech, you must know the rules properly. So to change this, we have to first remove the inverted commas and we have to add the conjunction that. Okay. So first, let us do that. The girl said that. Now stop for a while and let us understand the rest of the sentence. If I say, I read in the morning, so do you think I'm talking about myself? No. now I need to modify the original dialogue of the speaker, right? Because this is indirect speech. So here we are changing this I into she. The girl said that she read in the morning. Now students, why I am taking here she? Because this she we are using for the girl. That is why our pronoun I has changed into she. Are you understanding? So logically I have to use she because I am talking about the girl, right? So the girl said that she read in the morning. So here the second form of the verb is read. Although we write it like read, but the pronunciation is different, okay? In the first sentence it is read, and here in simple past it will be pronounced as read. So here the correct answer will be the girl said that she read in the morning, and a full stop. Okay, let's see the next example. Now students, let's see this example. They said we play football. So here this sentence is also in the simple present tense. So how we will change this? They said that. To change the direct speech, in indirect speech we need to remove the inverted commas, right? So we have to add the conjunction that, and how we will be changing? They said that. Now students, I have to do some changes, right? I have to modify here because I am changing the original dialogue of the speaker, right? So how I am changing? They said that they played football. So students, here this pronoun they we have used according to the subject, right? So rather than we have to use they, because here if you see in reported verb it is already starting with the subject they. So that is why in reported speech it will change into the subject, because I am telling according to them, right? So students, let's understand that how tenses will change in direct and indirect speech. So if I have simple present tense will change into simple past tense. Let's see the example. She said, I want to play. So here, she said is the reported verb and I want to play is the reported speech, isn't it? So students, to transform a direct speech into an indirect speech, the most important thing is removal of the inverted commas, right? And I have to add the conjunction that. So she said that she wanted to play. Simple present I have to change into simple past. So wanted is the verb second form. That is why I have to change it like she said that she wanted to play. Here I have modified the original dialogue of the speaker. I want to play will change into she wanted to play, right? Next, present continuous tense will change into past continuous tense. Rana said, I am studying. So here, Rana said that he was studying. So students, here this he I have taken according to Rana, right? So I must check the subject properly. Rana said that he was studying. I am studying changed into he was studying according to the rule. Then simple past will change into past perfect. Poonam said, I worked hard. So again, here Poonam said is the reported verb and the remaining sentence after the comma, I worked hard is the reported speech. Poonam said that she had worked hard, right? So this is how we have to change the simple past into past perfect. Now students, let's see present perfect. Present perfect will change into past perfect. He said, I have finished my work. So he said that he had finished his work. Students, here I have changed into he. I have finished my work has changed into he had finished his work. So can you note, we are changing the subject and pronoun accordingly. Then past perfect remain unchanged. Students, although we are not changing anything in past perfect, but all we need to change is we have to remove the inverted commas, right? And we have to change all the other necessary things. For example, they said we had come late last night. So, how we can transform this sentence? They said that they had come late the previous night. So, can you note here last night has changed into the previous night according to the rule, and we had come late has been changed into they had come. So, here also according to the subject I will be changing my pronoun. They said we had come late last night. They said that they had come. Okay, I'm talking about them now. So they had come late the previous night, because I have to modify the original dialogue in order to change that into indirect speech. Students, present perfect continuous tense will change into past perfect continuous. Can you note that all these tenses are changing into their alternate tenses, isn't it? Present perfect is changing into past perfect. So, example, she said, I have been waiting for 3 hours. So, how we can change this? She said that she had been waiting for 3 hours, right? So, can you note here? She said, I have been waiting. Now, this I we have to change according to the subject. So, she said that she had been waiting for 3 hours. Then, past continuous tense will change into past perfect continuous. They said, we were walking along the beach. So, this will be changed like, they said that they had been walking along the beach. So, students, rules are very important. So, note down all these rules carefully and practice the grammar exercises in your book so that you can apply these rules carefully. Okay. Then, next one, past perfect remains unchanged. So, the farmer said the floods had destroyed the crops. So, how we can change this? The farmer said that the floods had destroyed the crops. So, we have just removed the inverted commas and added the conjunction that. Then, this one, past perfect continuous in past perfect continuous, that remains unchanged. Sarah said he had been living there in the 1950s. So, Sarah said that he had been living there in the 1950s. Students, in future tense, only will changes into would and shall changes into would, right? So, let's see the example. He said, I shall go there. He said that he should go there. So, can you see? We are just changing shall into should. Then, next example. She said, he will come tomorrow. So, how we can change this? She said that he would come the next day. So, we are changing tomorrow into the next day, right? So, students, note down the details and revise all the rules carefully, okay? So, students, I hope you have understood the content well. So, now make sure that you note down each of the details in your English Fair register. You revise all the things thoroughly, and yes, be prepared. Work hard for your exams. As you know, your semester exams are approaching. So, don't be nervous. Be prepared. Keep on learning. And yes, be calm. Okay? Eat healthy. Meditate. Plan and organize your time accordingly, because time management is the most important thing, right? So, students, all the very best for your exams. Do well. Okay? So students, that's it for today's class. I hope you have understood the content well. So now I'll meet you all in the next video lesson. Till then, you take care of yourselves and you keep on learning. And yes, before going, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe to my channel, and you share my video lessons with your friends and classmates. Alright, bye-bye, take care, and all the very best for your exams. Do well.